Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is conservation of plants and animals, we were talking about the importance of biodiversity. In this students, we had discussed that what are the different importance of biodiversity. So we are all are knowing that meaning of a biodiversity, it means include all the type of a flora and fauna. It means different variety of a plant and animal. They are mutually dependent on each other and they coexist together. That is biodiversity. Basically, biodiversity ensures the mutual dependence and coexistence of all the life form. So here, how it is important, how we can say that mutual dependence occur and the coexistence, it means flora and fauna should live together. So this is what we had understood about in the importance of biodiversity. So here plants, we know that comes in a flora. So different variety of a plant. What is the role of a plant, student? We know that they help in the process of photosynthesis, due to which they perform the process of photosynthesis, due to which they release oxygen gas. Now this oxygen gas will be used up by the living organism and ultimately respiration will be performed. So this is the first thing, that it will help in giving the oxygen as well as it will help in purifying the air, students. You know that other gases which is present in it will be purified with the help. So if more amount of a carbon dioxide will be there and more amount of trees will be there, more amount of a plant species will be there. So that will be used up by the plant itself and ultimately the air will be purified. So this is how we can say that the plants, they plays a major role in purifying the air. Second one, the plants used to take part in all the natural cycle. You see, this is the oxygen cycle in which the oxygen is released and used up by the living beings. So this is the oxygen cycle. Carbon dioxide cycle. So yes, absolutely, the carbon dioxide which is given by us, which is released by us, it will be used up by the plants. That will help in purifying the air. That will also take part in a process of respiration. Okay, it helps in removing the amount of carbon dioxide. Then we knew the nitrogen. Nitrogen, any living organism cannot take it directly, but you know that plants, they consisting of bacteria. It means there are bacteria which lives in the roots of the plants. So here also plant is beneficial and these bacteria used to absorb, used to take this nitrogen and ultimately it will that bacteria will convert this nitrogen into nitrate and finally in the form of a protein, in the form of a nitrate, this nitrogen will be consumed by the living organism. So this is how we can consume the nitrogen which is provided by the plants. Now plants also help in providing fruits, it helps in providing the medicines, lot of medicine, latex, resins, these all we obtain, gum we obtain from the plant itself. So plant help in providing all these things. Animals, student, animals, it help in giving carbon dioxide to the plant. And second thing, it help in the dispersal of the seed, it help in pollination of the pollen grains, as well as it will help in providing the fertilizer. So the animal excreta is used as a manure which will help in increasing the fertility of the soil. So this is how animals, they help the plant to grow. So these all are the importance of biodiversity. So with the help of this topic, we have understood here that every flora, fauna, they are very helpful. They are mutually dependent on each other and the coexistence of both is really necessary. Now let us see that okay, this biodiversity is important, but you know that student, these days there is a loss of a biodiversity occur. So let us see what is the loss of biodiversity and what is the cause of the loss of biodiversity. Loss of biodiversity. Loss of biodiversity. So Loss of biodiversity is loss of biodiversity is the change in the natural environment, is the change in the natural environment that may threaten the survival, that may threaten the survival of plant and animals. Of plants and animal in that region. So loss of biodiversity is what, student? It is the change that occur in the environment and that may threaten the survival of the plant and animal in that region. So as the loss of biodiversity occur, it means loss of flora and fauna occur. What does that mean, student? Reason can be anything, but ultimately the number of the species of plant and animals, they get reduced. That is the loss of biodiversity. And this loss of biodiversity, it occurs because of the change in the natural environment. Can be done by the climatic changes or natural climatic changes occur, or by human activities, but most of the changes is occur by the human activities only. So the change in the natural environment, it may threaten the animals, it may threaten plants which are living in that particular region. This is the loss of biodiversity. And it is one of the major problem which is occurring, which is leading in the environment today. I told you that it can be caused due to natural phenomena. Natural phenomena and human activities are responsible for the loss of biodiversity. Natural phenomena and human activities, both are responsible. Now let us see some of the causes of the loss of biodiversity. So the first cause is deforestation, students. You see, we had discussed right now that what is the importance of a plants. These days, people, because of their own benefit, because of their own ease, own facility, they used to cut the plant on a large scale. This will lead to deforestation and this will lead to the loss of biodiversity in that particular region. So, the first cause is deforestation. Now see here, that is deforestation, students. Let us try to understand what is deforestation and how does it happen. So, deforestation means cutting down and clearing away cutting down and clearing away forest on a large scale. Forest on a large scale. Forest on a large scale. That is called as deforestation. It means, okay, cutting down of a tree occur, but cutting down of a whole forest, cutting down of the trees on a large scale, that will lead to deforestation. So whenever we use the term deforest, forest means cutting down of the trees from the forest, clearing away the forest, that is called as deforestation, students. Okay. Now, about half of the world of the forest is basically destroyed because of deforestation. Because when you cut the plant, there will be no plant. Ultimately, the habitat, it will change the habitat of the animals whose shelter is the forest. So, because the forests are cutting down and new industries or the factories are set up there, ultimately it will leads the plant and animal to die. Okay, so that will, we can say here that half of the forest, they get destroyed, forest life of the animal and the plant get destroyed because of the deforestation only. Okay, so it has become a major threat. It has become a major threat to natural habitat of plant and animal. To natural habitat of animals. Okay, it has become a major threat because half of the portion has been cut down because of the deforestation only. Now let us see that what are the different causes of the deforestation. Why people they used to cut trees or clear away the forest on a large scale? What is the reason? What is the need to do that? Obviously we know a lot of a thing about a student, that why, because we need a lot of a tree in order to make a lot of a different things that can give ease and make our life very comfortable. That's why the people they used to cut down the trees. So the causes, deforestation, causes of the deforestation. Let us start with the first cause. So the first cause is rapid increase in population. Rapid increase in population. Rapid increase in population has led to requirement of more land for agriculture, more land for agriculture, construction, and industrial purpose. Industrial purpose. Now, since the people are increasing, and if people are increasing, the requirement will also increases. And due to this rapid increase in the population will makes us, because they need land, more people will be there, they need more space to live, they need more space for agriculture, they need more space for the construction of their houses as well as for industrial purpose also. So we can say here that it is because of the rapid increase in the population there is a need of a space, there is a need of a land. That is why people, they used to cut plants, they used to clear the forest on a large scale. They used to do the process of they used to do the deforestation. Okay, so population, more people will be there, there will be need of agriculture, there is a need of a land for to live there, so they used to construct houses, and ultimately this will cause the deforestation. So the first cause of deforestation is the population, rapid increase in population. Second one is industrialization. So industrialization has increased the demand for wood, timber and their products. Now, lot of different things are made up of a plant, including furniture. You know that the wood is used a lot, especially if the wood is of timber that is quite good, or its product, or other kind of a wood. These all are used for making furnitures. And you know that in order to, because industries are increasing, they are developing more and more, and to meet the demand of the industry, more and more trees are cut down to convert them or to make the furnitures from them. So we can say here that since we need furnitures, we need the wood for making the different kind of things from it, and because of that we used to cut it down. Okay, so we can say here that to complete the demand of the industry, they used to cut the wood, or they used to cut the trees. Then the next one is construction of dam for electricity. Construction of dam for electricity generation. You know that students, that dams are made, because why dams are made, student? In order to store a lot amount of water. When a water is stored in a large amount, then they used to draw electricity from them with the energy which is present in it. Okay, so basically the construction of a dam happens, it is made there in order to generate electricity from them. And for constructing dam, what is the thing which is required the first? That is land. Obviously, there will be a sufficient amount of land, only then they can will able to construct a dam or to generate electricity from it. So from where they will get the land? By cutting the trees, by clearing the forest. Only then they get a land there where they can construct the dams. So for construction purpose also, the forest they get cleared. Then finally, overgrazing. Overgrazing. So, overgrazing by cattle. Overgrazing by cattle leads to depletion to depletion of greenery. Obviously, if a lot of cattle animals are there in a particular area, student, what they will do, they are herbivorous, so they will need the grass, they need the green plants which is present in that particular area, and they start eating it. So more cattle will be there, more grazing will be there, and the overgrazing occurs in that particular area, which leads to depletion of the, depletion means the amount it will get lesser. Okay, that is the depletion. So amount of the greenery becomes less. That is the depletion of greenery. So overgrazing done by the cattle animals. Who are the cattle animals, student? Cow, buffalo, goat, sheep. These all are what? These are all are the cattle animals. So overgrazing, when they do the grazing, a lot of a cattle animal, absolutely that will lead to depletion of the greenery. So these are what, student? These are the causes of deforestation. Why deforestation occurs. Now let us see that. Let me include here one more thing. So these are the causes which is basically, you can say, include both of them, like animals, other animals are responsible, and human being, a lot of an activity we have seen, because of the human activity only this happens. But it is not like that deforestation only occur through this, but some of the natural phenomena also responsible for the deforestation, like forest fire or volcanic eruption. So sometimes the dried leaves, they used to rub over each other, and due to friction it catches fire, and that causes forest fire. Okay, so that will also lead to deforestation. So we can add another point, some natural phenomena such as forest fire, then volcanic eruption, drought, droughts also leads to, this will also lead to deforestation. This will also lead to deforestation. So obviously, students, sometimes volcanic eruption occur, sometimes drought. How drought will cause the deforestation? Suppose if a good amount of water is not available for the plants, and ultimately what will happen? The plants do not receive rainwater, and they will get dried and die. So the condition drought will also lead to deforestation and forest fire, that I told you that how the forest fire occur, and it is also responsible for the deforestation. So these are what? These are some of the natural phenomena which are responsible for causing the deforestation, students. Now let us try to understand that what are the consequences. We have understood what is the cause. Now what we see, what we're going to see, that what is the consequence of, or what is the effect of this deforestation. Okay, so what is the impact of deforestation? So, consequences of deforestation. Consequences. Now let us see here that loss of trees will lead to soil erosion. So we can write here the first point here. Loss of trees will leads to soil erosion. Soil erosion. This can convert the land. This can convert the land. This can convert the land into desert. And the conversion of fertile land into desert is called desertification. Is called desertification. Basically, loss of trees which leads to soil erosion. This can convert the land into desert, and the conversion of fertile land into desert is called desertification. How does it occur, student? You see, plants, they are having roots, and what is the role of the roots? You know that root is present under the ground. So they used to hold the soil which is present inside the earth. Inside the land. So soil is holded by that of the roots of the plant. Okay. Now what happened if there will be no so when it is holding the soil, so if the root air, when it is holding the soil, student, even if heavy rainfall occur, this will not cause the fertile part of the soil to move away. And as the fertile part of the soil will not move away, it will help in maintaining the fertility of the soil and also help in providing the nutrient to the soil, and also the plant can grow easily. Now what happened when no trees will be there? So when no trees will be there, now soil is totally exposed. It means it is not bounded with that of the root air of the plant, since there is no plants are present. So when the deforestation happens, the fertile layer. What is the fertile layer? The upper layer of the soil is called as fertile layer. Why it is called fertile layer? Because it consisting of all the nutrient which is required for the plants to grow. So it helps in providing the nutrient to the plants. And such kind of a soil is called as fertile soil. So all the fertile layer of the soil is exposed. So when the heavy rainfall occur, this will get displaced. The soil, that part of the soil, the fertile soil, also ran away or also flushed away with the water. Okay, rainwater. And ultimately, this will make the land barren. This will make the land remain infertile, because the fertile soil will move away, and now the soil which is present there, it is infertile. So now infertile soil is what? Where the plants do not grow easily, and such kind of a situation you will find in case of a desert. So we can say here that a loss of trees will lead to soil erosion. Soil erosion is what? The movement or the displacement of the fertile soil from its surface. That is called as the soil erosion. Basically, in the landslide also this happens, student, where the fertile soil will get slides away, or the fertile soil will get moves away from that of the land. So soil erosion occurs because of loss of trees, and since there is no fertile layer of a soil is present, so this land, it get converted into desert, and the conversion of the fertile land into desert, this is called desertification. So we can use here one more term, that is deforestation. Leads to desertification. Deforestation leads to desertification. Desertification. So this is what? This is the first consequence of a deforestation.